Want to see a magic trick? Oh no! Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Is it here? No. Here. There it is.
I'm the best doctor. This girl hasn't slept in 10 days, even after taking a whole bottle of sleeping pills. The longest anyone has gone without sleep is 11 days. That caught my interest. Could she break the record? But when we ran some tests, she actually fell asleep. The EEG showed she had entered a light sleep phase, but just as quickly she opened her eyes and had no memory of falling asleep. Her test results came back normal, and we couldn't figure out what was causing her condition. Then I decided to keep her awake while we monitored her brain waves. Maybe we could get some clues from the symptoms. So, every time she closed her eyes, the doctors would wake her up right away. But before long, she started experiencing rectal bleeding, and when we used a scope, her nose began to bleed heavily as well. The report showed nasal cells in her rectal blood, meaning it wasn't rectal bleeding, but nasal blood passing through. Given her medical history and the rash last month, I suspected she had granulomatous disease. But when the doctors took a sample, her eyes moved rapidly, which only happens when people are asleep. But she was sitting up. This made me think it could be a motor disorder, maybe rabies. However, she hadn't been bitten by any animals, and a month ago, she gave away the dog her girlfriend had gotten her because of an allergy. Hold on, this doesn't add up. She had a rash a month ago, and the doctor had given her steroids, so she shouldn't have had an allergic reaction. Sure enough, when the doctor asked her about it, she admitted she had been planning to break up with her girlfriend. That's why she gave the dog away. But then, the doctor noticed a bruise on the girl's back, an indication that she was bleeding internally. Further tests revealed that her liver was failing fast, and the girl was already critically ill, and the medical board did not provide her with a liver match. At this point, the girlfriend offered to donate her liver because they shared the same blood type. But even with a liver transplant, if we couldn't figure out the root cause, the girl was still at risk. But the girlfriend was insistent she wanted to donate her liver no matter what. Although the transplant was successful, we had just 35 hours to figure out what was really going on. The next day, she developed a fever, but her vitals were normal. Then I realized there's something wrong. She'd been given immunosuppressants before surgery. Now her white cells should be lower. That meant infection. The only match was relapsing fever. But she hadn't left the state in a year, so how could that be? Then, thinking of the dog she once owned, I had an idea. I immediately went to her room and found a pustule under her armpit. I took a sample of the pus and told them to report to the CDC that someone had contracted the plague. They were stunned. Can dogs spread the plague? I explained that it wasn't the dog, but the fleas on the dog, and in some cases of the plague, sleep disturbances had been reported. If we treated her for the plague, she'd recover.